I mean, hey, if you when you do business the right way, I mean, the company that you've built, I said it earlier, kind of that I would consider you kind of a marketing genius. There's a book that I've read a dozen times at least. It's called Contagious by Jonah Berger, and it's all about triggers, right? And you've been coined locally in the greater Tampa Bay market, which is where, WeatherTite predominantly does business. You're known everywhere. You can't really go out to eat without somebody coming up to you saying, hey, you the cookie man, whatever it is. And you've taken one of the most common household foods, items, whatever you want to call it, a cookie, and you've given everybody this like mental subliminal trigger. When they hear or see a cookie, they think of windows and doors. I mean, it's amazing how you were able to kind of bring that up. And I don't think that was done really on day one, but that was probably the point where you really started to catch on. Is there any challenges that led up to that kind of said we need to do something different? And I'm assuming that the cookie campaign was to overcome it. But can you talk about kind of the challenges, Mike, maybe you had earlier just before you had a lot of success with that campaign?
Well, first of all, everyone died of that campaign, but we tried. I wanted to try anything different. First, when I came to Tampa, I didn't have money. I was a kid. I was in my 20s, just starting out. So marketing had to be very, very focused. Much like we do with digital marketing now. You can focus on certain zones. I took it to cable. Instead, this was before social media was relevant in our
Yeah,
industry. Relevant, probably. I don't even know if it was around back then.
I
But
don't think it was.
yeah, I would go to cable, and you're right. I mean, MySpace was big back then.
Yeah, MySpace, that lasted.
Yeah, but got a funny story about that. But I went to cable, and I just and everyone said we tried different things. Look, I got in trouble at one point. People threatened to call. I tried to be funny. I wanted to stand out in a crowded marketplace, and we tried different spiffs of we did 2.5 mics, like 2.5 men.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we did one called Snowbirds. This one I got in trouble for, where we had a gentleman wearing a flesh toned bathing suit standing out by a pool. And if you remember Austin Powers, where he looks naked but you can never tell.
Yep.
At the end of so it was the same type of commercial. We got in trouble because we were running it on cable. If you're from Tampa, you're familiar with Bay News 9. We were running on Bay News 9, and this is a 24-hour news station. So people are calling there, calling here, screaming and yelling that their kids are seeing a naked man on TV. Um,
Nowadays, I think that'd be encouraged almost.
yeah.
Yeah, you were just 20. You're just 15 years too early on your edge.
but but now with the cookies, it's the greatest challenge was everyone says, "What the hell are you doing?" I'll be very blunt. Everyone, you selling windows or cookies? And my thing is whether people realize or not, I don't care where you live, Tampa to California, it's anybody with a license, anyone with a pickup truck, think they can sell and install windows, and it's and so you had to do something that made us stand out. The cookies, they were just a moment, a shtick, but it stuck to it. It does have meaning behind it. I'll let you know about that on another interview. But the greatest the greatest honor I received about the cookies was it was 2019, and I believe it was the Tampa Bay Times wrote an article, the most famous people in Tampa, in the Tampa Bay area, and I was in the top three. Number two, I think he just passed away. So I like to tell people I'm the second most famous person now in Tampa. But look, with fame comes responsibility, though. I got to be careful. I can't go in my local Starbucks not tripping. I'm always wearing the brand. I'm always
Yep.
representing the brand, but can't go into your local Starbucks now looking disheveled and whatnot, because people see you grab a muffin and they'll call you out right away and say that's not a cookie. But
How dare you?
yeah, but I love it. People come up, they want pictures. They ask if they can post it on social media. Another great thing was Halloween. People were calling here and asking for polos so that they could be weather-tight Mike for Halloween.
That
So
is awesome.
you
That
get
is
that.
awesome. I
You
mean,
get
that's got to feel so good.